we've got one of the Aussie Sevens or Australian rugby team, sevens team, doing some squats, 180 kilo. Now, we're including this because it's what would people would consider a half squat. We could call it a half squat. But that does not make it any less beneficial in certain scenarios for rugby players. In the comments here, half a squat, 1,000 likes. At least there is someone defending, and there's some people saying, he doesn't necessarily need to, she doesn't necessarily need to squat. Someone saying that's not even 180, which is such a dumb comment.
I think so. Obviously, in a case like this, there's a lot of bruised egos, right? Where you have a female athlete probably out squatting most of the dudes who are watching this, and they feel like they're going to have to hit back right away. But in the case of professional athletes who aren't strength athletes, many, many, many of them, and particularly in sports that are so power dependent, many of the track and field events, many field sports such as rugby, football, hockey, ice hockey, the half squat or the squat to parallel is very much the more favoured lift. We tend to see it more often. We tend to certainly see it more often used in the heavier attempts. And it is incredibly beneficial for athletes. So if you are in the case where maybe you just go to the gym and you really like lifting weights and you're involved in strength sports, you look at this and say, oh, that's not the thing that I think the squat is. For the case of many athletes, this is how their heavy squats are going to look. For many coaches, this is what they'll be prescribing their athletes to do during certain periods of the season or during certain strength training cycles, and this is what will get them the best results right now in their career.
What I would always say is that, look, if we could get this Australian team sevens, get them when they're all 15 and teach them to good quality back squats, and then 7 or 8 years later, if we'd most of the team work up to 180 kilo full range of motion squat, would that be better than a half squat at a faster speed? Absolutely, without a doubt. We would be team full range of motion at back squat there. But you've got to deal in practicalities. It's hard to make blanket statements when we've so many different athletes in so many different sports of so many different backgrounds that it just isn't going to be the game changer. Is it going to move the needle more? Yeah. Like if she could full squat 180 as deep as possible, great position, great back squat position, as fast or faster than this, is that better? Without a doubt. No doubt about it. But it's just not realistic. It's not practical.
I think the other thing you have to look at here as well is most international level or high level female rugby players are probably operating around 70 kilos body weight. They're rarely much heavier than that. Maybe
especially sevens, probably less even.
Yeah, very likely even less. So this is way, way up there in terms of percentage of body weight squat. Like it's an incredibly impressive squat.
Like is realistically as well, let's say you were like, okay, we're going to all full squat. You come in as a new coach and you're like, these are terrible squats. And you get everyone doing full squats. Like everyone's going to be back at 60, 70 kilos. You don't have that many seasons of professional athletes, even in sevens. How long you go into the team? How long before an in-season of rugby absolutely decimates you? Like you're probably going to regress a lot. Your performance is going to go down. And then the selector and the team is going to be like, gone. Yeah. See you later.
Probably the S&C coach will be gone first.
Sayonara, yeah.
And that's the thing, like when you're looking at transitioning over, getting people to do these kind of ass to grass, really pure squats, that's not what's needed right now. As Owen said, it's great if they can do it years ago and they do their whole career like that. But if you're talking about the best injury prevention and the best power outputs for them right now, if they have 4 years of training left or 10 years of training left even, they need to be incredibly strong. And what they're really looking for is limiting all of those ACL, PCL, MCL tears that they're very, very likely to get, and being able to smash somebody on a rugby pitch, which a 60 or 80 kilo ass to grass, pause barefoot squat isn't going to help as much with.